Κορυφαίο live στοίχημα. Μεγάλη ποικιλία σε στοιχηματικές αγορές. Υπευθυνότητα και ασφάλεια. Αξιόπιστο cash out. Τεράστια γκάμα προσφορών. Fonbet. Κατεβάστε την εφαρμογή για iOS και Android.
Cyprus football, the passion, the thrill, the passion, the thrill. The stadiums roar, you can feel the chill. You can feel the chill. The teams are ready, the battles will start. The battles will start with dreams of glory, they'll play with heart.
Kalimera, kalispera, wherever time you're watching. This is Mappa. The season is done. We're not done, and we have another special guest. This guy, a legend in Cyprus football, Giorgi Loria. Giorgi, what's going on, bro?
Hello to everyone who's watching us. Thanks for the invitation. I'm really big fan of your podcasts and shows. And following you.
Thank you, man. Thank you. That means a lot. That means a lot, and thank you for your time for doing this. I know right now it's the off season, but you still have training to do. You got a national team game coming up, so I'm not going to take too much of your time, my friend. But thank you for doing this.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Actually, no, let's start somewhere else. I'm going to start from the end, actually. You got an award from PASP.
Right.
At the PASP Awards, yeah?
Yeah.
So what is it like to win these awards that are to be recognized by your teammates, your colleagues, peers?
Yeah, I will tell you one thing. It's my second time I win. I mean, what I win. I wasn't nominated in the top three, so it's already actually a big achievement when you are nominated. But for me, it was special on this because after 1 year, last season, I was not here. So I came back like this, with the winning. Especially for me was a big thing because, when I left the Cyprus, I wasn't ready to leave the Cyprus like that, the way I live. And I came back to show up, to show everyone that numbers is just a bullshit for me. And who think like this, I don't agree with them. And I show that no matter what, no matter where you are, if you're a professional and you have a love to the game, you can show every time. So this is what I did. And I helped to my team, and this nomination and the winning is like not only for me, it's for my teammates as well, and the coaches and the staff for everyone. So it was really big achievement.
And you've had a very good season. Omonoia Aradippou were one of the favorites to get relegated, but you guys stayed up, obviously on the final day, but you got some very good results this season.
Yeah, I can't agree with this because from beginning I say we are dark horse. No one believed. For me it was also difficult to believe the way we was. I'm totally new team. The first year, most of how many? Well, more than 70-80% the players who arrived was new. We never play with each other. We have small time to know each other, and with the help, with the coach, with committee, and all together, we manage it, and we believe until the end, and we succeed. We put Omonoia Aradippou on the football map.
Absolutely. So, which point of the season did you guys feel that it turned so you guys are going to stay in the league? Was there a defining moment, a game that you may have won or even lost to think, right, we can really push on now?
Well, I can say that there was many ups and downs because we was not stable. Now, I can't say that in the league we was the stable team. Like, let's say, you can say about Omonoia Aradippou, they are stable, like middle range team, No, we was winning games against the same level who was our opponents, but we was losing against top 6-7 teams. We almost nearly except last game against AEK Larnaca, we lost all the games, and the results was like most of them we lost with a big score, and this was really disappointing. It was hard days that everyone was down, but we was finding with power in ourselves. We was talking after the game. After the game was like few times we go all together to speak, only the players. But not only the players. Committee makes some dinners as well. So we find the power to believe more ourselves because there was hard days that when you are losing 5-0, to find yourself and power to come back is really difficult. So after this was like a crucial moment, I believe was in February when we won against AEK Larnaca.
Okay.
2-0. We won 2-0,
Yeah.
and I believe it was a crucial moment. This was like how to say in English, I don't know. I don't have so much good...
It was a very important moment. It was significant, wasn't it? Because it gave you guys that confidence to... Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all the season we tried to beat, because we was looking some another teams was winning against Omonoia, Aradippou, etc., and we couldn't manage to take even a point. So we was some games we was really close to take at least a point, but we couldn't. But at the end, against such a good team as AEK Larnaca, who play wonderful game, wonderful football, and they managed to win the cup as well, which I want to congratulate them. We managed to win against them 2-0 without receiving goal. So it was the crucial. For us, it was. From my point of view, it was crucial.
Oh, for sure. And I look at the squad, and you brought in some players on loan, but then the players that were already there, like Sikis and Havelka, obviously people such as yourself, Jorginho came in January, and obviously Morgan Ferrier. It seemed to be a squad mixed with youth and experience. How did you guys work together using your experience and these young players? How did you kind of make them glue together?
Well, first of all, I want to say that all the players who arrived, they put their own small brick in the wall, because each of them give something to the team and help to the team. Well, some of them could talk better and motivate the players. Some of them that doesn't talk a lot, but they do on the pitch. So it was a mix of everything, And in the second half of the season, who arrived, all the players, they brought another more quality, and we all together, it was like a one family. I can't say that it was a team that only coming on the training, and no, I mean many of players like live outside of the training also together. So it was this year Omonoia Aradippou was like a one big family. So this was the main which helped to the team, but with the experience as well, like the names what you say, and who we missed all of them, from starting from goalkeeper, finishing with Katerina, team manager.
I saw the celebrations. She likes the party.
Yeah. She likes the party a lot.
Lovely. Yeah. Well, Philip, I need to ask you something very quickly about the Cypriot youngsters, because you've obviously played that for Anorthosis. You've seen, Anorthosis have got a fantastic youth academy, but obviously at Omonoia Aradippou, players like Gutsakos came. You had Gatsirgis, Vrondis. They came from Upwell, and then I mentioned Sikis. So when you look at the young Cypriots that you've played with, let's just take those players I've mentioned for Aradippou. Is there a good future for Cyprus football in general when you're seeing these young players? I know the rules are different. You have to have 2 in the squad or whatever it is. But can you see the potential in these young players to be elevated to play for the national team and to do well?
I believe yes, because also Evagoras, who was with us until the last day of the second half of transfer day, it was like a big shock for us. Like the names what you made as well, George Pontikos, he's also Cypriot.
Yes.
I mean, really, they have a really big potential. They generally what I saw this year. This was what I saw in the players. They need a little bit more professionalism, a little bit more, and they have a really big potential. I mean, the way they work, what I saw all this time, there was like really big. They have a really big motivation to show up, so that they are, because everyone, most of people think Cypriot, they are lazy. They are coming with the coffee, first talk, blah blah blah, and after the etc. No, in this team I saw the players, especially not only a Cypriots, all of them, but especially a Cypriots who was motivated. I tried to help with my experience as well. I was talking with many of them, and they was listening, and I think they show on the pitch that they are good players and they have a big potential. And some of them are they received the call from national team, so it means they work correctly, in the correct way. And I always tell them, for them, or for a Cypriot players, is more easy to go in the top 5 league in the Europe, because they don't have such a problem like I have before, because I'm from non-European country.
Yeah.
There is some doubts, there is not much space for not European players, and these top 5 leagues, they prefer the European players at some point, not always, of course. So for them, it's more easy to go there. So that's why I ask him all the time, please never hesitate to come earlier on the training, to take some time for your gym before activation, after the training, and all the time during the day, to stay as a professional football player, to eat well, to drink well the liquid, the water, to sleep on time, to wake up morning, to be ready all the time. And with this kind of thing, I saw that they are really motivated, and this is what reward is like when you call the national team, I believe.
Yeah.
And that we met to stay on the league. It was absolutely the crazy thing what we made.
Well, it was an incredible achievement. I was watching the other 2 games, the Ail Garmiotissa and the Ethniko game against Paralimni, and that was crazy because both games had delays. One game was delayed because someone had cut the nets. The other game was delayed because of the floodlights. But you guys were just played and you won the game 4-1. It was 4-1 against Omonoia. Yeah, 4-1. Just played. No pressure.
No. We was like from the beginning, we were saying just to stay focused on our game. It doesn't matter how the others gonna play. If we take our points, we will be safe. So even those that it was a big pressure, we go out easy, like from the first day, to play our game. The coach always was saying that no matter what, no matter against which, it's a B, no matter what result's gonna be, I want that we play our style, our football, not like just to kick and to fight. I want that you play and you enjoy the game. So this was from the day 1 until the day last, and we played the last game even like this, and we feel free.
Absolutely. Well, you mentioned the coach. How big a loss is he going to be for the club? we know that his stock was very high, even when the club was struggling. People still said that this guy's a very, very good coach. What can you say about Mr. Martins?
Yeah, first of all, I want to say that he's a big professional person, and he like a discipline. He's really good coach. He try to explain always what he wants, give a lot of time to tactics, and he's asking also a lot from the players. And for the club, I believe it is really big loss, because Omonoia Aradippou is a specific club, and Hugo was from last year, from second division, and he know exactly every weak points what has the club. So he managed with this, and that's why he was successful. Because I don't believe a lot of coach gonna it's gonna be difficult from other people. They need the time to adapt to see the situation, how this club is working. But for Hugo, this person was exactly for this club, from my opinion. And this is.
Well, it'll be interesting to see who the next coach is. There are rumours that I think Luis Boamorte, that was at Fulham, could be the next coach. I'm not going to ask you what you know, because obviously it's not fair. But you said that sometimes it takes coaches time to understand the culture, understand the league. When you were at Anorthosis, there were two coaches I think you played under. It was Milanic and Cisco Munoz.
Yeah.
And I remember Munoz was in England with Sheffield Wednesday, I think, and I think Watford, I'm not sure. Pardon?
We was teammates in Dinamo.
Teammates. Right. Okay. So you knew each other, right? Already.
More than 10.
It takes you back.
The first coach who brought me in Anorthosis was Timur Kitsvaya.
Right. So you played with three coaches at Anorthosis, yeah?
And the last one was
Vesco. Yeah. Vesco, who was coaching the under-16s, I think. And then
he's a temporary coach.
Yeah. So when it came to Cisco Munoz, I think Milanic was at Buffalo before, I think. So he kind of knew the client.
Milanic after was Cisco, and after Vesco.
Yeah. So with Cisco, I mean, obviously he didn't know the league. So do you think that's why he struggled with Anorthosis, or was it the circumstances around the club? Because I know they've had money problems for a while. Could that have played a part?
No, I can't say it was the money problem. More circumstances, like you say. How to say? Maybe I was thinking about this a little bit, why he couldn't manage to succeed. Because in Watford, he has a brilliant season. So, like I say, he was not a long time in the club as well. For some coaches to understand the culture, the style of the Cyprus, they need a little bit, maybe more time. For some of them, they don't need a lot of time. So I believe if Cisco had a little bit more time, for sure, I believe the way his philosophy was, he could manage to succeed. But there was some other stuff which little bit it's not gonna be appropriate to talk like this, you know.
Well, of course.
I believe he is really good coach, and the way he wanted to play, I could say it is more close to like Hugo philosophy.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, they a little bit similar philosophy with tactics, and well, Hugo had much more time, and he has more opportunity than Cisco. Let's say. But because you know, in Anorthosis is not gonna give you a lot of time if you don't have a good games, winning rows. So it also for Chisco is difficult, and not only for Chisco, for many coaches it's difficult when you are arriving in the middle of the season. So you are not how to say.
You don't have the pre-season. You're not able to bring in your players. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And from this, what he has, I believe he took the maximum. It's really difficult when you're not bringing your own style of players, you know. And there is some players you are arriving, you try to change some stuff. It's really difficult. It's hard. It's not easy. But he tried his best. He tried his best.
The thing is, you know about Cyprus, and when you see this season, there were 18 managerial changes. The year before, 18. The year before, 26, 27. How can you be a coach and feel confident that you're going to stick to this job 1, maybe 2 years? It doesn't happen. And I don't know whether it's because there's not any patience from the board, or maybe it's the fans that get involved too much, or just other things. But you never see coaches in Cyprus last more than 3 years. I think Shpilevski lasted 3 years. Karthedos in his second season, so he'll probably have at least one more. But it's just a merry-go-round of coaches that come in and out of clubs. It's crazy.
Yeah, I totally agree. But it's not only here. I believe it's everywhere like this. But what I can say that is a big plus for Omonoia Aradippou, that they give a big mandate to Hugo Martin. And you see, when the board, the president, everyone has a big patience and they believe this is what happens. So, but there is some teams, big teams, you know, when you are not in the top, and the fans, there are a lot, you have a lot of fans, you have another kind of pressure. So some of them, they're losing the patience and they're releasing and bringing to take a new breath. I believe that's why. But what I can say is a big plus for us that we had a one coach from since beginning until the end, and it was the correct decision, I believe. Even those that will lose many games and they could throw the coach out and bring some new, they believe until the end. So I believe this is the correct way. No matter what, sometimes you just have to believe that. If you believe in coach from beginning, you must believe it at the end. But it's really difficult to do this.
For sure. And, you know, we mentioned your old club, Anorthosis. They've now brought in another head coach, another Spanish coach. What I'd like to know from you...
Oh, Anorthosis has new coach?
Yeah, they announced him today.
Who is it?
Joaquin Gomez.
Joaquin Gomez?
Yeah. Yeah, so he was I think he was in Cambodia last, I think. But he's coached in Luton in England. He's coached a few other teams as well. So, again, it was announced today. Well, they sent an SMS to all of the season ticket holders first to tell them. And then it went on the news.
Really? Man, Anorthosis are specific. I mean, when it was a full stadium, it was a different kind of feeling when I played there. It was like there was like when it was almost full, it has a feeling that we play with 12 players. You understand?
Right.
I mean, anytime they help us. The Kerkida, they was helping us. The fans, the Mahida, everyone, they was helping. When we was a little bit struggling, they was really helping us. So many games we won with help of our fans, Anorthosis fans. It was really big. And what I can say with the coaching for Anorthosis, this club is also some specific club, and they need a specific coach. From my point of view, when Timur was there and he knew everything for this club, you know. He knew from the bottom until the head what the club needed, and he was doing well. I believe this season was amazing with Timur, and we was like 5 Georgian players. I mean, it was really unbelievable seasons.
Yeah, because you joined in 2019, 2018?
Yeah, 19.
2019. And that was the season where you were fighting Omonoia for first place, and then COVID happened and they cancelled the league.
Yeah, when the COVID came, we was in both of us, we was in the first position. But it was because of COVID, it was cancelled, the league. It was crazy, really.
How do you think the season would have gone if the COVID hadn't happened? How do you think?
Nobody can tell me nothing, so I will say that we will win the league for sure.
Oh, okay.
Who will check it? Nobody can check it. Who will find to say something? Nobody. I mean, I believe we was really good team and we could manage to win the league. I'm for sure more than 100%.
Well, it was an interesting end to that season because I know you beat Abuel 1-0, then you lost to Omonoia. That was when Dura scored the goal for Omonoia. Yeah. I love Dura. Dura's my friend, so I can laugh about this, you know. Then you beat Vox.
Oh, I met him. He was on the holiday here.
Oh yeah, how is he?
Huh?
Is he okay? I haven't spoken to him in maybe 3 weeks.
Spartak Trnava in Slovakia. He's good. He's okay. And I mean, yeah, we just met in the, you know, every Saturday here is a market morning, you know, yes. Cyprus. I always go there to take some fruits. You know, they have a really good fresh fruits and vegetables. And I met him. He was there also with the family, and it was good. We remember some things and just a few minutes.
He's a lovely guy. Lovely guy. Love him.
Yeah.
So I think you lost 5-0 to Ethnico and then lost 2-1 against AEK before the playoff started. Then you beat AEK in the playoff, and that's when it cancelled.
Exactly.
So can you tell us what it was like as a player? Because I've spoken to many other players about this situation. I mean, I've spoken to Omonoia players, I've spoken to AEL players, but when you're a team that's challenging for the title and then something like this happens, obviously you don't know why this is happening. We've never experienced anything like this before, with having to stay at home and you say 2 meters and blah 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 blah. So as a footballer, pardon?
Send message to go out.
Yes, yeah. You have to send text message to the government. Curfew. When you go out, you have to be back by 10 o'clock. What is this? So as a footballer, how was it for you knowing that the season is cancelled? You don't know if you're going to win the league. You don't know when you're going to play again. You don't know how you're going to train. I presume you were doing Zoom training sessions because a lot of people were doing these. So what can you explain it, bro?
Man, I can say that this time was, like you mentioned, we never faced this before. I mean, we didn't know what to do. I mean, we were scared to go out because we were thinking it was so big propaganda of this bullshit that if you go out, you're gonna, from the air, you're gonna die. At the end, we fight for our life. We were thinking like this, yeah. We didn't know what to do. I was thinking about to take a charter plane to fly to Georgia. You know, there was no even planes. I checked the map. You know, there is a map how the planes are. It was totally. Mm-hmm. This was a really crazy, ridiculous time for me. I was at that time. I was living. I was renting the apartment near the Gazizi in the.
Okay, yeah.
And there was a one, Gazizi Stadium, old stadium. I was going there every day with my kids. I don't give a fuck about what. We couldn't stay at home, you know. And we was going every day. We was walking, some running. We play, you know, just to take time because I couldn't. Nobody was thinking about football, you know. They was thinking how to stay safe.
Mm-hmm.
But after when the time passed, it was really a shame that we stopped. Not only us, all the world stopped suddenly. But it was a big, I think. If we continue, it was like a 6 games or how many? 7 games left.
Yeah.
Even after this, you remember the empty stadiums?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. You couldn't play. It was there were no fans in the stadiums, and then it was just near the end of the season when they started letting people in slowly. You know, and even that was strange. But I remember when Omonoia win the league title, and then they celebrate in Lefkosia at the training ground, and there's thousands of people.
Right. Every official game was like every friendly game.
Yes.
And when you watch the Real Madrid and Barcelona, you remember? And these big teams, they play without the... You can hear everything when I watch in Bundesliga. And it was like you watching trainings, you know. So what I can say that the fans, the atmosphere, it's without them, the football is like... It's how to say, there is no...
It's like a cemetery.
Yeah.
Graveyard.
You are not getting enjoyed. You know, it was difficult to watch even these big teams, you know, without the fans. Everything was more slowly, you know. What's
it like as a player, though? As a player, you go into this game, you know, it could be a cup semi-final and there's no one here. How do you...
It was like a train. I'm telling you, it was like trainings, you know. Friendly games. You know, like this, when the pre-seasons you have a friendly game, it was feeling like this, you know. And some...
Less pressure?
For who, I don't, maybe for some of them, for some of players was pressure, for sure. Because when you see the stands and it's empty, and when you see there is a 10,000 person is shouting you, it's difficult, of course. For me, was more difficult to play when it was empty. I don't have such a big motivation, how to say, you know.
Yeah, you think different. You think completely different, yeah.
I see full stadium, I'm happy, you know. This is where I want to play, because when it's empty, you know, it's not the same feeling. For me.
Yeah. Well, you won the cup just after the it was during the pandemic, but it was when the fans were coming back in. So can you talk to us about the cup winning experience against Olympiacos? Because that was quite an entertaining game. Drama.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it was the best. When we win the cup, I mean, well, I can say that with this time when was Timur coach, and we was Georgian players all together, sometimes some season was 5. I mean, we managed to go first year in the, like you say, we was in the top with Omonoia. After we won the cup, after we go to Conference League group stage. For these 3 years, for me, was the best. I enjoy most of them with the fans. How they celebrate. They was waiting this Kipelo for so many years to have a trophy. It was like really amazing. I cannot... Before the game, the fans came to the Radisson because we was living in the Radisson.
I remember.
They burned before we win the game. They burned already Larnaca. It was like crazy. It was such a big experience, and we had the hair was growing. I was standing like this.
Yeah, handing on. Yeah.
Like goosebumps, you know. I have everywhere even now I remember. It's like crazy, man. And we couldn't do anything else to don't win the game. So I mean, they give us such a big motivation that we go out and just win just for them. It was crazy. We celebrate after we almost burn again Larnaca. Not we.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was a very, very good lineup. But you had, players like I think Rizvani was there, Correa, Artimata, who scored the goal, Okriasvili, Kvilitaya, Anderson Correa, that's still doing well at Aris Limassol. So when you're talking about that moment at the Gazipi where it's gone to extra time, and then the winning goal comes. I think was it Elundu that scored was it Elundu scored the first?
Elundu shoot, I think Velitaya scored. At the end,
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. So again, you win that trophy. You've had the goosebumps moment before the game at the hotel. You've gone to the game, you've played the game, and now you've won the game with the fans in the stadium. And then afterwards, can you explain that situation? Was it different to the pre-game?
Man, honestly, it was a small time after the game, because we start to drink. We go out and we celebrate, and everyone was drinking. So it was. I can't say everything correctly, you know.
Wow, it's fine.
What I can say that the fans and all the family of Anorthosis, they wait a lot of time for this moment, you know.
Yeah.
It was the gap was like 10 years. The Anorthosis didn't win anything.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Remember? So we won, and it was a big moment, you know. Everyone was waiting long time, and it was like an explosion, you know. And we celebrate all together, you know. It was crazy.
Well, there's a few Georgian players in that squad as well.
We go to stadium to Papadopoulos. We go to Kerkida. I remember now. I'm remembering. Yeah, we go to Kerkida on the top. And all the fans came in the stadium. There was like fire. Oh man, it was crazy. It was full stadium, but it was opposite. We was on the Kerkida,
and they were on the pitch. Brilliant, yeah. Amazing. Yeah. Do you have any videos of that? Someone must have videos of this.
Yeah, I think the club video man was taking, and he has in the memories, I think. But me, I don't know. I don't remember if I have. I was taking.
Okay.
First time in my life I put live, I think, for this.
Oh, Instagram live. Okay.
Live.
Good. It will be in the archive then. It will be in the archive. You can find it. No problem.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
Yeah. Because if you go to your Instagram and go to the settings and look at the story archive, you go back to that particular date and it shows you all your stories.
No, the live. I mean, the live. It can be.
Yeah, it should be. I think so. I think we can. I can check on mine and see if I can do it. I'm sure you can.
Yeah,
sure you can do it. Very quickly, because I know we've gone almost 40 minutes, and obviously you're a busy guy. So again, thank you for this. I mentioned that you had some Georgian players within your squad. You obviously represent the Georgian national team as well. I think you've got 78, 79, 80 caps, something like that, appearances. Is that right?
Yeah, 79 appearances.
79. So obviously representing your nation is a massive honor. It's a great achievement as well. But talk to me about Euro 2024.
Yeah, I mean, for me, in my country, it's a little bit different from Cyprus. You know, we have fans. All the country is fan of the national team. Here is opposite. You have a separated fans for the clubs. For us is another kind of honor to represent our country, you know, to play for our country. It's a biggest achievement, you know. So for me, for not only for me, this time, like all the country waiting so many years that we managed that. Our dream for all the country was to dream to play one European or World Cup, you know, or World Cup to play, and we make it. I can't. It was like when it was when we managed to go to the group stage to Euro. We came back we was like Liverpool, you know. We was on the bus to main. In Tbilisi, it's called the famous writer Shota Rustaveli Street Avenue. It's quite long, and we was going there, and I mean, I can't imagine. There is a lot of videos for this. It was crazy atmosphere. Everything was on the fire. All country was there. You know, imagine all over from the another countries. There was crazy. I can't explain. Really, it's really amazing time. And when we went there, we was 1 month. And this time I can't. How to say? It will stay for me forever. You know, it was my dream, and I achieved this dream. You know, and I can go safely from national team that I did. You know, I did.
It's incredible. It's incredible because you look at Georgia. I think there's maybe 4 million people. Is it 4 million in the country?
Less
than that. Okay, and you look at Cyprus, which has the 3.75, 3.5, something like this. Yeah. So Cyprus has 1 million people, and I look at Croatia and I look at Georgia that have 3 times more, but they still produce incredible players. I mean, when I was growing up, I remember Kinkladze and Ketsbaia. I remember Arveladze. I remember these players. But now you can think of 10, 15 players from Georgia that are doing things. Obviously, Kvaratskhelia, we've got Kvilitaya, Dvali, and Mamadashvili, the goalkeeper, is going to Liverpool, I think. Is that right?
Yeah.
So what's changed with the Georgian landscape, the football landscape? What changed to bring these players?
I how to say, they changed. I don't believe something changed. All the generations, we have a real, like you mentioned the names, even from before when there was Soviet Union time. We have Dinamo Tbilisi in 1981. We won the how it's called in English, UEFA Cup of Nations.
Yes.
In Cup winner cup. Anyway, they won. It was biggest achievement as well. All the time we have starting from early 20s in 20th century, we have names, really, in the generations, and many names. So we don't have something at the end, but at this generation, the last generation, they found this last spot, you know. What is this exactly? I can't say because, well, they found this key, you know, which we needed. Thanks God, I'm the part of this. I'm still playing, and the generation now could be like, yes, like you say, this is the one of the best generations since we have. I think when you have Kvara, it's different level, you know.
Absolutely. It was an incredible.
Imagine all the players they play in the good level. Many players play in the top 5 leagues now.
That's right.
So this could be one of the points. They have a more experience maybe with this. They know what is to be in the top level.
It could be that, but I also think that it's down to the mentality from a young age. How badly you want to make it as a player, making the sacrifices, whether it be going to a new country that's a different language, whether it be embracing other cultures and just getting out of your comfort zone is what I want to say.
Yeah.
And it just seems that a lot of the players from that part of the world have got that in them, have got that DNA, that makeup.
Yes, you are right. Look, this young generation, which we say, which you mentioned the names, they grew up in different vibe in the country than where I grew up. We don't have anything. We was like, literally, we was fighting to play football. And this new generation has more knowledge. You know, we don't have such a more knowledge how to sleep, what to eat, how to prepare. You know, at that time was like just 2-3 hours and that's it. But this new generation, they have, like you say, in DNA now. They know how to do it. You know, they have more knowledge and talent. In my country, we have always. I mean, this new generation find the right way to took their talent. You know, they find the correct way. So I believe it's one of the keys of this, maybe.
I think another advantage that this generation has is social media. When you were playing for when you're 18, 19, you didn't have Instagram and Twitter for people to be putting your videos on and anyone knows who Loria is, you know? Now I can go on X, for example, and look at a football scouting account and I'll know a player from Cameroon at 17. I'll know a player from Australia at 16. And I think this generation has that advantage where there's more technology as well.
For sure. I mean, like you say, you can check anyone, anywhere, anytime. And it's a big advantage. Big advantage. Because at my time, nobody was even know about us. Now
but they know about you now. They know about you now.
Yeah, well, I love this game and I give all my heart to this football and I dedicate all my life to football. So I believe I did something for football, not only in Georgia, also outside.
For sure. Well, Giorgi, I have one more question to ask you. And this is a question that I always ask people that come on this podcast. If there is one thing that you've seen in Cyprus that makes you think, this is Cyprus, what is it that you've seen?
In the football, you mean? Or
in anything. You might see a donkey walking down the street. You might see a guy making souvlaki on the streets. You know, Cyprus is different.
One thing, yes?
Well, anything you want. 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. There's probably a 500. You've been in Cyprus long enough to see these things.
I believe it's I can't describe in one word. I will try to explain. The one thing what I can connect to Cyprus, everything is slower.
Makes
you
sense.
Understand?
Yeah.
Everything is slower. Siga siga.
Siga, yeah.
And avril.
Avrio, yes, that's the other one.
Siga siga and avril. This is the general. But in football, what can I say is facilities.
Yeah.
Yes, unfortunately, facilities is a problem.
Is that because maybe the clubs are not investing enough, or maybe because they can't afford to invest enough, or they don't want to invest enough?
Like I say, siga siga, everything.
That's the answer to the question. Now I'll accept that. I will accept this.
I say, yeah.
Amazing.
Siga siga.
Siga, absolutely. Well, Giorgi, thank you so much for your time. I know you're going to be on an international duty soon. Who's going to win the Champions League, by the way?
Why you give me this answer? You question. For sure, Quara.
I have to ask. Quara, okay. Paris Saint-Germain. There you go.
I want to like him. I believe in him.
He's a phenomenal talent. Phenomenal.
Amazing person. Amazing professional, and talent is like until the sky.
It's scary, but
Yeah.
I wish him all the best, and I wish you the best, and hopefully we do this again sometime.
For sure.
Wonderful. Well, guys, the legend himself, Loria, will be back soon. Take care.